In the heart of Enugu State, within the mountainous terrains of southeastern Nigeria, lies the ancient town of Neke. Here, among its people, the name Agu Ezugwu resonates with both awe and reverence. Known as the mighty war deity, Agu Ezugwu is a divine figure whose power and influence have shaped the history of Neke and its neighboring towns. This deity, feared for its formidable strength in battle, is more than just a god of war. It embodies the spirit of protection, vengeance, and justice for the people of Neke. As a revered spiritual figure, Agu Ezugwu was invoked in times of crisis, particularly in defense of the land and the people. The origin of Agu Ezugwu is shrouded in mystery, yet its significance is undeniable. According to local legend, the deity is said to have descended from the heavens to aid the people of Neke during times of war and strife. It was said that Agu Ezugwu was not merely a symbol of strength, but also a protector of the land, guiding warriors with divine wisdom in battle. The people of Neke believed that the deity's spirit was so powerful that it could turn the tide of battle, ensuring victory against even the most formidable foes. As the legend goes, Agu Ezugwu wielded immense power that could defeat enemies with one strike and restore peace to the community. In times of war, Agu Ezugwu was believed to appear as a spiritual lion, embodying the ferocity and majesty of the wild beast. The deity's form would take on the awe-inspiring figure of a lion, its presence overwhelming and its roar sending fear into the hearts of enemies. The people of Neke described this manifestation as a divine force that inspired warriors to fight with unmatched courage and strength. The lion's symbolism connected Agu Ezugwu to royalty, courage, and untamable power, and its appearance on the battlefield was seen as an omen of inevitable victory for Neke's warriors. To the people of Neke, Agu Ezugwu was not just a war deity, it was the embodiment of their warrior culture. Neke, known for its fierce warriors and strategic leadership, relied on the spiritual guidance of Agu Ezugwu to protect their territory and maintain their sovereignty. During the pre-colonial era, the town was often under threat from neighboring villages and rival tribes. However, with Agu Ezugwu on their side, the people of Neke were able to defend themselves with unmatched prowess, repelling invaders and expanding their territory. The deity's power became synonymous with Neke's strength, both in the spiritual and physical realms. The reverence for Agu Ezugwu was not limited to Neke alone. As the deity's influence grew, neighboring towns within Enugu State, and even those in Benue State, began to acknowledge its power. The people of these towns came to honor Agu Ezugwu in various rituals, believing that the deity's blessings were essential for protection and success in warfare. Agu Ezugwu was seen as the ultimate force that could ensure victory in any battle, and its name became known far and wide as a symbol of strength, protection, and divine intervention. In the spirit of unity, the worship of Agu Ezugwu extended to the revered Odo Masquerade, a divine figure connected to justice and protection. The Odo Masquerade, often seen as an emissary of Agu Ezugwu, was an important symbol of spiritual and political authority. This deity's presence was integral to the culture and history of Neke, shaping not just their warfare but also their governance, justice, and social systems. As Neke's influence spread, the people's faith in Agu Ezugwu became a cornerstone of their identity, transcending generations and leaving an indelible mark on their culture. The rise of Agu Ezugwu as a mighty war deity is intrinsically tied to the early history of Neke, a community often under threat from neighboring tribes and invaders. In these turbulent times, the people turned to Agu Ezugwu for protection. The deity, believed to wield divine strength, was invoked before battle, with warriors trusting in its power to turn the tide of conflict in their favor. Neke's defenders saw Agu Ezugwu as the ultimate source of spiritual fortitude, confident that the deity's presence on the battlefield would lead them to victory. Unlike many other deities, Agu Ezugwu was not a distant, passive force but a powerful, active participant in the wars of Neke. When the deity was called upon, it manifested in physical and spiritual forms that empowered the warriors. One of the most feared forms was that of a lion, a symbol of courage and might. This lion would manifest during battles, sending a powerful wave of fear through enemies. Warriors who witnessed this divine appearance reported feeling a surge of strength, as if Agu Ezugwu was guiding their strikes and filling them with unshakable confidence. The role of Agu Ezugwu in warfare went beyond mere protection. It was believed to influence the outcome of battles. With every victory, Neke's enemies were reminded of the deity's overwhelming power. The manifestation of the lion, coupled with the tactical prowess of Neke's warriors, made them nearly invincible. The enemy forces, often intimidated by the presence of Agu Ezugwu, would retreat, unable to stand against the combined might of the deity and Neke's warriors. This divine intervention ensured Neke's supremacy in countless battles and reinforced the belief that victory was assured when Agu Ezugwu was invoked. The spiritual practices tied to Agu Ezugwu were crucial to its effectiveness. Before every battle, Neke's warriors would perform sacred rituals, offering prayers and sacrifices to the deity to ensure its favor. These rituals created a sacred bond between the warriors and the deity, aligning their wills and fortifying them with divine strength. It was said that as long as these rituals were faithfully observed, the protection of Agu Ezugwu would never falter, ensuring success in even the most challenging of conflicts. Over time, the name Agu Ezugwu became synonymous with victory, spreading far beyond the borders of Neke. Neighboring villages, towns within Enugu State, and even distant regions came to recognize the deity's power. In fact, the mere mention of Agu Ezugwu was enough to strike fear into the hearts of enemies. As Neke expanded its territory, so did the influence of the deity, whose power was etched into the history of Neke and its surrounding communities as a symbol of unmatched strength and divine warfare. One of the most significant aspects of Agu Ezugwu's power in warfare was its collaboration with two other formidable spiritual forces, Okuremkpume and Nchuma. Okuremkpume, the god of justice, and Nchuma, the protector of the land, formed an alliance with Agu Ezugwu that greatly enhanced the deity's influence. Together, these three divine entities became an inseparable trio, each playing a crucial role in maintaining the power and stability of Neke. This alliance was not just symbolic but had a direct and lasting impact on Neke's ability to defend its lands and expand its territory. The combined strength of Agu Ezugwu, Okuremkpume, and Nchuma was felt on the battlefield, where they fought together as protectors of Neke. Agu Ezugwu's fierce war power, embodied by the lion, was complemented by Okuremkpume's sense of justice, ensuring that no act of injustice would go unpunished, and by Nchuma's ability to shield the land from harm. In battles, this divine triad was seen as an unstoppable force, with Agu Ezugwu driving the warriors forward, Okuremkpume ensuring that the enemy's wrongdoings would be righted, and Nchuma guarding the land from invasion. The Odo Masquerade, a sacred figure representing the combined might of these deities, played a central role in the spiritual practices of Neke. The masquerade, often seen as the physical manifestation of Okuremkpume and Nchuma, would be paraded through the village, symbolizing the unity between the spiritual forces that protected Neke. During times of war, the presence of the Odo Masquerade would be a sign of divine favor, reminding the people that the gods were watching over them, ensuring victory and justice. This alliance between the deities also had a deeper, societal impact. While Agu Ezugwu brought physical strength and protection, Okuremkpume ensured that Neke's warriors fought not only for survival but for righteousness. Nchuma's role as the god of protection ensured that the land would remain safe from invaders, making the alliance a balanced force of war, justice, and defense. The towns and communities surrounding Neke began to recognize the power of this divine trinity, and many came to worship Odo Masquerade, the sacred embodiment of their combined strength. As the alliance's fame spread, neighboring towns came to seek the protection and blessings of the Odo Masquerade. The people of Enugu, Benue, and beyond began to pay homage to the Odo Masquerade, believing that by honoring this powerful deity, they too could receive divine favor and protection. Every 2 years, the Odo Masquerade would return to Neke, serving not only as a spiritual symbol but also as a diplomatic gesture, strengthening the bonds between Neke and its allies. The presence of the Odo Masquerade in these regions cemented Neke's status as a spiritual and political powerhouse. The divine influence of Agu Ezugwu and its alliance with Okuremkpume and Nchuma helped Neke not only defend its lands but also expand its territory. After a series of successful military campaigns, Neke's dominance grew as it conquered neighboring villages and towns. The power of Agu Ezugwu, coupled with the blessings of the Odo Masquerade, solidified Neke's position as a major force in the region. As Neke's territory expanded, so too did the deity's influence, and soon neighboring communities sought to honor Agu Ezugwu and its divine coalition in their own rites and rituals. The worship of Odo Masquerade became central to the cultural and spiritual life of these newly conquered regions. It was believed that by venerating the Odo Masquerade, a divine figure that represented Agu Ezugwu's power, Okuremkpume's justice, and Nchuma's protection, these communities would receive blessings in both war and peace. The people of these towns, once enemies, now sought the deity's protection and guidance in their own conflicts and daily lives. Over time, the Odo Masquerade became a symbol not only of military might but also of peace, justice, and unity. As the influence of Agu Ezugwu and the Odo Masquerade spread, so did the rituals associated with them. The deity's worship was not confined to Neke alone but became a regional phenomenon. The people in the towns around Neke, such as those in Enugu State and even parts of Benue State, began to incorporate the Odo Masquerade into their spiritual practices. The belief in its protective power and the promise of divine favor led many to align themselves with Neke, solidifying the town's spiritual and political dominance over a wide area. The presence of the Odo Masquerade was also instrumental in shaping the relationships between Neke and its neighbors. Every 2 years, the Odo Masquerade would make its pilgrimage from Neke to the surrounding regions, a journey that was eagerly anticipated by the people. This return was not only a time for spiritual renewal but also served as a reminder of Neke's strength and the shared spiritual connection between Neke and its allies. During these visits, the Odo Masquerade would perform sacred rituals, ensuring that the bond between Neke and its vassal towns remained strong. The expanding worship of Odo Masquerade and the influence of Agu Ezugwu had a profound impact on the cultural fabric of the region. It led to the establishment of new alliances and the reinforcement of old ones. As more communities came under the protection of Neke's deities, a collective sense of unity emerged, rooted in shared rituals, mutual defense, and common beliefs. The spiritual and military power of Agu Ezugwu and its divine coalition became the cornerstone of Neke's strength, ensuring that the town would remain a dominant force in the region for generations to come. Every 2 years, the Odo Masquerade would return to Neke, marking a significant spiritual event for the town and its surrounding allies. This period of renewal symbolized the continuous protection and blessings of Agu Ezugwu, Okuremkpume, and Nchuma over Neke and its territories. The people eagerly awaited the Odo Masquerade's return, understanding it as a divine affirmation of their strength. The masquerade's arrival would be met with elaborate ceremonies, as it was believed to bring peace, justice, and victory in warfare. More than just a symbol of military power, the Odo Masquerade embodied the principles of justice and protection. As the physical manifestation of Okuremkpume and Nchuma, it presided over rituals that ensured the continued safety of Neke. The masquerade acted as a divine mediator, reminding the people that justice would always be upheld and no wrongdoer would escape divine judgment. Its return reinforced the belief that divine order was firmly established in Neke, ensuring peace and security for all who sought protection. The significance of the Odo Masquerade's return extended beyond religious rituals. It was also a time for reaffirming alliances. Towns and villages that worshipped Agu Ezugwu would gather to honor the deity. Leaders from neighboring regions would travel to Neke, reinforcing their commitment to shared protection and mutual defense. The event was a powerful reminder of the unity between Neke and its allies, strengthening political and spiritual ties that transcended the boundaries of individual communities. The Odo Masquerade also played a critical role in resolving disputes and ensuring peace. As a god of justice, the masquerade facilitated the peaceful resolution of conflicts between neighboring towns. Its presence allowed the people to settle differences under divine guidance, ensuring harmony. Disputes that might have otherwise led to violence were often resolved during this time, as the people believed that justice, delivered by the Odo Masquerade, would bring about fair and lasting peace. Over time, the return of the Odo Masquerade became an event that shaped the collective identity of the region. It united diverse communities under shared beliefs and a commitment to divine protection. The recurring event symbolized not only the power of Agu Ezugwu but also the cultural and spiritual unity forged through war, justice, and mutual respect. As long as the Odo Masquerade returned, the people knew they were under the watchful gaze of the deities who had shaped their past and would continue to guide their future. The worship of Agu Ezugwu and its associated deities, including Okuremkpume and Nchuma, brought significant cultural and societal benefits to Neke and its neighboring communities. The presence of these deities provided a sense of security and unity, binding the people together through shared spiritual practices and beliefs. It wasn't just about invoking divine protection during war, it was about creating a cohesive, resilient society that valued justice, strength, and collective well-being. Agu Ezugwu's worship fostered a strong sense of identity, pride, and loyalty among the people of Neke, who saw themselves as divinely protected and guided. One of the key cultural benefits of Agu Ezugwu's worship was the reinforcement of social order. The deity's connection to Okuremkpume, the god of justice, ensured the people upheld righteousness in all their dealings. Leaders and elders were seen as earthly representatives of the gods, tasked with enforcing justice and maintaining peace within the community. The belief that Agu Ezugwu's spirit watched over them made the people conscientious about their actions, knowing that any wrongdoing would be met with divine retribution. This created a harmonious society that valued fairness and ethical behavior. Furthermore, Agu Ezugwu symbolized strength, not just in warfare but in everyday life. The deity's power encouraged resilience and perseverance, qualities passed down through generations. For warriors, the divine presence of Agu Ezugwu gave them courage to face overwhelming odds. For others, it brought blessings in their work, ensuring success and protection in their endeavors. The belief in divine favor permeated all aspects of life, making people more determined and confident in their pursuits. The cultural reach of Agu Ezugwu's worship extended beyond Neke. As the deity's influence grew, neighboring towns and villages adopted the worship of Agu Ezugwu and the Odo Masquerade. This spiritual connection helped create a shared identity among different communities. The festivals surrounding the Odo Masquerade's return served to unite the people, reinforcing bonds of cooperation and mutual respect. Through their military prowess and divine protection, the people of Neke were able to establish lasting alliances that influenced the spiritual practices of surrounding regions. Ultimately, the worship of Agu Ezugwu left a profound cultural legacy that shaped the traditions of southeastern Nigeria. The deity's influence can still be seen in the rituals, values, and cultural identity of Neke and its allies. The practices surrounding Agu Ezugwu's worship, including the reverence of the Odo Masquerade, became an integral part of the region's spiritual heritage. Its legacy of resilience, unity, and moral integrity continues to be a cornerstone of Neke's cultural identity. The legacy of Agu Ezugwu continues to be felt in the modern-day practices and culture of Neke and its neighboring towns. Though the deities' direct influence may no longer be as visible in daily life, their spiritual presence still plays a crucial role in the identity of the people. In Neke, the worship of Agu Ezugwu remains an important cultural cornerstone, with the deity's power, protection, and sense of justice deeply ingrained in the community's values. Modern-day Neke continues to honor Agu Ezugwu through ceremonies, festivals, and rituals, ensuring that the teachings of the past are passed down through generations. The Odo Masquerade, as a symbol of divine justice and protection, still holds significant importance. During the 2-year cycle of its return, Neke and surrounding towns celebrate the masquerade's presence with vibrant festivals that echo the ancient traditions. These events are not only spiritual observances but also occasions for community bonding, where people from various regions come together to honor the deities that once ensured their safety and prosperity. The Odo Masquerade's role in modern celebrations reflects the enduring reverence for the powers that once guided Neke's victories. Moreover, the influence of Agu Ezugwu has expanded beyond the religious and cultural spheres into the political and social life of the region. Leaders in the area often reference the deity's strength and protection in speeches, invoking Agu Ezugwu to inspire unity and resilience in the face of modern challenges. The spiritual values associated with Agu Ezugwu, such as courage, justice, and fairness, continue to guide the moral framework of the community, influencing contemporary leadership and governance. The deity's legacy also serves as a reminder of the rich history and cultural heritage of southeastern Nigeria. Agu Ezugwu's role in warfare, justice, and protection played a pivotal part in shaping the region's identity. For many in the modern era, Agu Ezugwu represents more than just a war deity. It embodies the strength, unity, and resilience that continue to define Neke and its people. The spiritual and cultural influence of the deity persists, as new generations continue to revere its lessons and keep the memory of its power alive. In a broader sense, Agu Ezugwu's influence serves as an important cultural symbol for the Igbo people and their neighbors. As other regions in southeastern Nigeria face contemporary challenges, the legacy of Agu Ezugwu remains a source of inspiration, reminding them of the strength that comes from unity, the protection of justice, and the enduring power of faith in their cultural heritage. The deity's legacy, passed from generation to generation, ensures that Agu Ezugwu remains a vital force in the spiritual and cultural life of the region, respected and honored by all who recognize its immense power and significance. In conclusion, the enduring legacy of Agu Ezugwu reminds us of the deep-rooted spiritual strength, unity, and resilience that shaped the cultures and histories of Neke and its neighbors. From its fierce role in warfare to its continued reverence in modern times, Agu Ezugwu stands as a powerful symbol of divine protection, justice, and collective identity. As we uncover these hidden truths of African heritage, let us appreciate the profound influence these deities continue to have on the lives of those who revere them. If you found this story enlightening, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more fascinating insights into Africa's hidden truths and untold histories.